Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Empower Queen Show. This is your host, Marsha Mayfield, and I'm so excited. I'm so super excited to be with you again today to bring to you some information on how to build your wealth, how to create the mindset around money. And I'm thrilled. Nabby, are you here with us?
I'm here. Thank you for having me,
Awesome.
Marsha.
So what I'm going to do, guys, is allow her to introduce herself because believe me, I have killed her name like 100 times, guys. So if you would tell our listeners and our viewers how to properly pronounce your name, please.
No problem, Marsha. I know it's not an easy name. My name is Nabisubi. That's my first name. A lot of people call me Nabi for short. And my last name is Musoke. So it's Nabisubi Musoke, but again, you can call me Nabi for short. I know it's a lot easier for most people. It is a mouthful. It's a Ugandan name. My father was from Uganda in Africa. So I'm used to telling people how to say my name. It's like a lifetime thing for me. So I totally understand.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for letting us know that. So, Nabby, guys, is an attorney and a certified credit consultant. So I'm so excited to not only have, her as my friend here, but to have her as an expert to share with you as well as myself how to get our credit on track and how to keep it on track. Nabby is also the CEO of Stellar Credit Services. So Nabby, if you could share with us a little bit more details about you and your journey.
Sure, I'd be happy to do that. So, like most people, I was told, go to school, get a good job, and that's how you become successful. And that was, kind of drilled into me from a young age. My father was a college professor, so I knew I was going to go to college, and I did that. And I figured, to really get the best out of a career, I want to have an advanced degree. So I chose to go to law school, and I got my JD degree, which was, I was proud of that. But at the same time, I started to accumulate debt. And that started in college. When I got to college, my first semester, I didn't even have a bank account, but they gave me a credit card. They had all the credit card companies on campus, and literally the first few weeks, they were giving out credit cards. I had no job, no bank account, but I qualified for a credit card. So that was the start of my involvement with credit. So, of course, like most people, I used my credit card. And then for my college years, I was fortunate to have my first 3 years of school paid for, but my last year was on me. So I took out a student loan. And that was the start of my affair with student loans. And of course, for law school, I took out student loans for all 3 years, for college, for tuition, for room and board. So I also had the option to start paying the interest on my college loan while I was in law school. But you know what? I thought I was smarter than that. And I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to wait until the end. So of course, that little college loan started to grow and grow because the interest was building on it. So by the time I graduated from law school, not only did I have credit card debt, I had a ton of student loan debt. And of course, when you start off in the world, you want to, have the right clothes, the right shoes. So that all went on a credit card. And then, you think about what you want. I wanted a car. So I got a car. So I had a car loan. And that was pretty much the start of how my debt started building and building. By the time I knew it, I had about $100,000 worth of debt between my credit cards, my student loans, and other consumer debt.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I want to make reference to what you said about, as women, those shoes that we must have, like, you're in the store, you're thinking, I got this credit card and I got to leave here with these shoes. Is that like some of the things that you experienced, during your time as a young adult, as a young woman in college?
Well, you know what? I think it came more for me when I started to work after college, because, in college, it's more about just having fun. But when you're done with college, it's about the workforce. Suddenly I had to have suits and shoes and things like that. And it only built when I became a lawyer. You want to have the right shoes, the right suit. You want to just look professional. So, of course, you're just starting out. You're not making the most money at the beginning of your career. And you want to have what you want to have. And you don't really think too much about it. And you just figure, well, I have these credit cards for a reason, so I'm going to use them. And that's what I did. And I figured, I'll worry about that down the road. My salary will catch up to my expensive taste, And that's kind of how it started, and that's how it kind of grew. And you know what, just growing up and just seeing all the images around me, anytime you want something, it's okay to use a credit card. That's what they're there for. And that was my mindset for a long time.
Wow. And I'm so glad that you're being transparent and honest. And I want to share this. My daughter, I have a 4-year-old, and she would, I often try to keep cash. And so when I run out of cash, I always say, Mama's out of money. We don't have any money left. So we was one day, we normally try to do lunch on Fridays. And we was out, and I said, no, Mama don't have any money for that. And she was like, but get your credit card out, Mama.
See,
it's amazing that you say that, because at such a young age,
yes.
kids, use these cards and don't fully understand the results, of doing that.
And that's so interesting that your 4-year-old said that, because that just shows you at a young age how strong and powerful marketing is. Kids see these images on TV. If you want to go on vacation, you want to have the best time, use your Visa card, American Express, privileges, and it's just ingrained in you. So from her young age, she already knows how the system works. She's supposed to be using credit. You're supposed to be using your credit card. She's probably wondering why you're even using cash.
Yes, that's so true. So with that being said, just one question, maybe off track here, but I really want our listeners and our viewers to be assisted and help in this area, and also to help our young children, our young generation. So what would you say to mothers to help our young kids, that feel that having a plastic card is the right thing to do, the hip thing to have? What would you say to that parent?
Well, you know what? I'm just going to kind of bring it back to the personal for me, because, once I accumulated all that debt, I started to feel uneasy about it. I had the mindset that I'm supposed to have a lifetime of debt. I'm supposed to be paying on these student loans for 20 years. I'm supposed to have credit card debt, pretty much for most of my life. That was normal. But I started to feel uneasy about it. And when I started to have that unease, that's when my mindset changed. And it's really all about mindset, because the reality is, if you want to have the best credit score, you need to have credit cards, but you have to use them responsibly. So for me, it all starts with your mindset. And I like to talk about the different types of mindsets and how that can affect you and how you view your money and your finances. So if we have some time, I just kind of would like to go through that if possible. So basically, there are 3 major types of mindsets that most people have probably heard of. I came up with a 4th, and if we have time, I'll mention that. But the best mindset to have, which is, difficult, not a lot of people have this mindset, but it's called an abundance mindset. And when you have an abundance mindset, that basically means you live in a world where anything is possible. You basically believe that there's enough for everyone, and you are entitled to your share of it. And you believe that with hard work and determination, you can have whatever you want. You basically take responsibility for your own life. And while you don't have control over everything that happens, you can step up and deal with any challenges that come before you. So if you have an abundance mindset, you know that whatever it is you want in terms of your finances, your career, you can have it with hard work and determination. And that's the best mindset to have. And I did not have that mindset for a long time. I had more of a more popular one called a scarcity mindset. When you have a scarcity mindset, you're literally trying to hold on, with a tight fist to whatever it is you have, because you don't believe that there's enough in the world. And, you don't want little that you have taken from you. But it's like the saying goes, you can't receive with a closed hand. So when you're holding on so tightly, you don't see opportunities that are in front of you. You don't know how to handle your money properly. And that was me for a long time with the scarcity mindset. And another mindset, which is a much more serious mindset and more problematic, is the poverty mindset. When you have that type of mindset, you basically do see opportunities in the world. You see possibilities, but you don't see them for yourself. Perhaps it's your upbringing, maybe it's a family history, maybe your family struggled for generations, and you don't believe that you are capable of living beyond what you see. And that type of mindset is much more systemic, much more difficult to break free of. But those are the 3 main mindsets. So basically, I just started to do research about money, because I started to learn that there are people who made less money than me, that were debt-free, that had savings, and that were living, pretty good lives. So I gave up the myth that I'm supposed to be in some sort of debt for the rest of my life. And with that power and that mind shift change, I decided to make changes in my finances and my spending. And through literally saving, sacrifice, hard work, determination, I was able to pay off my $100,000 worth of debt, and I became debt free in 2014. Yeah.
God, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it is possible, and I have to tell you that the majority of that debt, about $80,000, I paid off between January of 2012 and December of 2014. I became aggressive. I attacked it like you wouldn't believe. So I just like to share, tips, tools, and information that I've learned along the way with people to help them get on that road. But at the end of the day, I can tell you everything to do, but if you don't have the right mindset, you're not going to believe it's possible for you, and you're not going to make any changes in your life. So I usually start off when I speak with clients, I want to make sure that they actually are aware of their mindset. And a lot of times people don't even know that they may have a poverty mindset or a scarcity mindset. They might think that I'm the most positive person, but when they actually start to ask themselves the question and start to delve further into how they think, how they grew up, what they were taught, they realize that maybe they don't have an abundance mindset. And then just making that realization, you can actually shift your mindset, and that will open up a whole world of possibilities to you with everything: career, money, finance, relationships. So I think that is the most important thing to start with before you can really tackle your finances, is your mindset.
I'm just in awe. I'm in awe, like, because I'm sitting here in the office as we record this interview, and I'm thinking I want to shout. I need some horns. Like, that's an amazing moment. And I want to ask our listeners and our viewers, what would your life feel like? And I want you to comment, guys. What would your life feel like, or be like, or look like if you could eliminate $100,000 in debt? My God, that would be amazing. And so you have here before you Nabi that's sharing with you information on the tools and the strategies that it takes to eliminate this type of debt out of your life. So Nabi, my question to you is, the moment that you paid that debt off, even though the sacrifices and things that you made, how did you feel when that was completed?
Well, I made my last payment in December 2014, and it was just an amazing feeling to know that for the first time in a very, very long time, I owed nothing to no one.
I need some clappers.
And you know what? It's such a great feeling. And I have to tell you, that really opened up my entire world, because at the time I was living and working as an attorney in New York City, and my days were spent going to court. I was literally going to court in the different boroughs, Manhattan, Brooklyn, the Bronx, wherever I needed to go to court. And that kind of lifestyle is stressful, because you're fighting with other attorneys. Sometimes you're battling judges. Sometimes you have difficult clients. And I was getting tired of the stress and the strain of living in a very crowded city and just always having to be on. And it just became a lot. And I wanted to make a change. And before, I told myself, I can't do that. I'm making a 6-figure salary. I live in New York City. My firm is here. My friends are here. My family's here. I can't move. And, finally, I realized, I said, you know what? I can do whatever I want. Why should I have to wait to start living the life I want to live? So in June of 2015, my husband and I were on vacation in Arizona, and we just said, why are we still living in New York? We don't want to be there anymore. And that day, we decided we're going to move. We don't know when or how. We're going to move. And can I tell you, by December 26th of 2015, we had packed up everything and drove cross country. And on January 1st of 2016, we arrived in our new home state of Arizona.
Wow, amazing. Oh my God. Now I must ask this question. Since that time, since you're making those, major steps that in your life, how do you feel now as a woman that's basically living a life that you choose on your own terms? How does that feel?
Marcia, it's a wonderful feeling. It's Monday. I'm on the West Coast, so for me, it's a little bit after 10 o'clock in the morning here, and it's a Monday. In my old life, I would be at work. I would be in court. I'm here, and I have the freedom to talk to you because of the choices I made and the sacrifices that I made. I was able to arrange with my New York law firm to work part-time from home. So I basically, when I became debt-free and I made these lifestyle choices, I fired Mondays. I didn't like Mondays before because I hated that alarm clock going off at 6 o'clock every morning. I hated it. And I started to hate Mondays on Sunday. Sunday night, forget it. Me and Mondays were too. So one of the choices I made when I decided to change my lifestyle, I fired Mondays. So I don't have to do anything on Mondays. I do what I want to do. Being debt free and making these changes allowed me to start my credit repair business, Stellar Credit Services. It allowed me to have my own law practice. And I believe in multiple streams of income. So I did not fire my job. I just made it work for me, and I work part-time. So now I have at least 3 sources of income, and that's what I encourage people to do. If you're still working a job and you want to become debt-free or start a business, I encourage you to become a sidepreneur. Keep your job because that's going to pay your bills. It's going to help you to reduce your debts. But become a sidepreneur and start a business on the side. Do it at nights, on the weekends, whenever you have your free time, whatever it is you're passionate about, make that your business. And that's what I love about you and what you do for your community. You teach women how to take their hobbies, their passions, and turn it into a business, because once you start that side business and it starts to grow, then you can fire your job.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God. I just feel like a cheerleader here. It's, the information that you're sharing is so powerful in the 3 different types of mindsets. And, hearing your testimony that you went from scarcity to abundance, knowing that I'm the owner of my life.
Yes.
Control it. And I'm going to do this. Right now, I'm sure within those moments, it was hard, it was difficult, it was challenging. But you guys made up your mind that this is how I desire to live. And this is the work that I'm going to put in to make this happen. And you're living. And I look at your pictures online now. It's beautiful. You travel. You do so many different things that you desire to do. It's just an amazing testimony.
Thank you, Marcia. I appreciate that. And it's really been life-changing for me, because you know what? Most people spend their lives, feeling like they're stuck. A lot of people I talk to do not like their jobs, but they spend the most of their time at their jobs. Think about it. You spend at least 40 hours a week at your job. You have your weekends for yourself, but that's it. And then you go right back to it Monday through Friday. And why should you live most of your life doing something that you don't love, that you're not happy about? It kills a little bit of your soul every day. So it's about making choices, changing your mindset and saying, you know what, I'm going to make this job work for me while I start developing my business, my passion. And then when you can make those changes, you can really start to live the life that you want. And it is so freeing to wake up when you want to wake up and have opportunities before you, because a lot of people don't see that they actually do have choices and opportunities because of that mindset. And trust me, I know what that's like. That was me for many, many years. I told myself for a long time, I can't leave my job. I make 6 figures. I'm not going to be able to make the same salary someplace else. It's not possible. Other people can do that. They can move to other states. I can't do that. And that was literally my prison, because I told myself that story for a long time. And then I finally said, you know what? Let me investigate. This is a myth. And I gave up that story and changed my story and my situation.
That's just amazing. That's amazing. So my question is now for the listeners and the viewers, I'm their voice. Listeners and viewers, I want you to get this first of all. What I understand and I know personally is that when we are weak in an area, we need support and assistance. And so Nabi has made herself available, to you guys. And I think also, if I'm correct, she have a free gift for you guys that she wants to have a intimate session with you to help you to get on the right track. It's not too late. And so what I want to say to you guys is to get out your feelings, let go your ego. Don't think about your credentials. This lady is an attorney. Think about your life. Think about your future. Think about your legacy and reach out to get the help and the support that you need, because she has made her Monday available to us. And I'm honored for that. I am honored for that reason. And so if you could tell our listeners and our viewers, how can they have a conversation with you?
Absolutely, Marcia. I am offering a confidential, complimentary credit review for anybody that wants that. We can sit down and discuss your finances, your credit, because what we realize that in today's day and age, your credit report, your credit score follows you everywhere. If you want to get utilities turned on for an apartment, they're going to run your credit. If you don't have good credit, they're going to charge you a deposit just to turn them on. If you have good credit, you don't have to worry about that. They'll just turn it right on. If you want to rent an apartment, guess what? The landlord is going to run your credit report. if you want to get a house or a car loan, you better believe they're going to run your credit report. And nowadays, if you want to even just apply for a job, more and more employers are asking that you sign a release so they can run your credit report. I actually had somebody tell me recently that he was applying for a part-time job at a local gym as a trainer. And part of the application was they wanted him to sign a release so they can check his credit report. Now, mind you, this person was not applying for a management position at that gym. He was not going to be running the finances or the books for that gym. He was literally going to be a part-time trainer, but they wanted his credit report. And if he did not sign that release, he could not apply for the job. So we're not even talking about high-level or mid-level jobs. It could be any kind of job. Employers more and more are looking to check your credit. And if there are things in there that are erroneous or old, that could pull you down. That'll affect your FICO score. It'll also stop someone from potentially hiring you because they're going to think, you know, your credit report is you. And that's not necessarily true. You might be a good steward of that company, but they're not going to believe that. If they have to pick between you and one other person that has a good credit report, they're going to assume that the person with the good credit report is going to be a better employee. That may or may not be true, but that's what they are going to use to judge you by. So you better believe that in this day and age, your credit report, your FICO score, it plays a part in just about every aspect of your life. So I like to offer this complimentary confidential credit review to help people and show them what they might need to address to fix any problems that they may have that could be holding them back. So I do that in this call, and it's actually, if any of your listeners want to take advantage of it, it's a bit.ly link. It would be bit.ly/credit call. And you can go there and schedule your complimentary credit call with me, and you can go over some strategies and just see where we can help you to get better with your credit and get rid of some of those negative items that might be on there that are holding you back. And your viewers or your listeners can also check out my website. It's called Stellar Credit Services. That's STELLAR, stellarcreditservices.com. You can get in touch with me there as well. And I'd be happy to sit down with anybody. In addition to being an attorney, I'm also a certified credit consultant. So I do know a lot about credit, and I'm also a certified credit score consultant. So I know a lot about the FICO scores as well. So I'd be happy to help anybody that wants to sit down for that complimentary confidential credit call.
Awesome, awesome. Now, how can they find you on social media?
On social media, you can find me. I do a lot of live stream about credit and finances and debt on Periscope. If anybody's on Periscope, my username is the same on Periscope as it is on Twitter, as it is on Instagram, which is my first name, which is Nabisubi, Nabisubi _. So you can find me on social media on those platforms. I also have a Facebook group called Financial Gold Stars, where we share information, tips, tools, and information to help people get better with credit, debt, and money. And I'll be bringing on guests to talk about different areas to help my viewers and listeners. And anybody that wants to join the Facebook group, it's a bit.ly link as well. You can go to bit.ly / the word goal, GOAL, gold stars, one word.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. You have been so amazing. And listeners, I ask and I encourage you to, if you could make a comment in the section below to let her know that the information that she has provided to you has been very helpful. As entrepreneurs, guys, we are here to serve and support you guys. So if you allow us or give us information knowing that we are doing just that, it encourages us, because sometimes it gets extremely hard, to push ourselves through to reach the people that we are meant to serve. And so I encourage you, please, let Nabby know how she has really served today. She has been a blessing to me. I have been taking notes. This has been an amazing interview with you today. And also for the listening viewers that didn't get a chance to write down the information, it will be in the comment section. So if I was you, I would definitely take advantage of that 15-minute confidential session with Nabby today, guys. Nabby, is there anything else that you want to leave or share with our listeners and viewers today?
Well, I just want to thank you, Marche, for what you do for the community. I love what you do. You are really a powerful, impactful person for women who want to start their own businesses. You really help them to discover their passions, their talent, and bring their vision to life. And I think that is so needed because we can't rely on a regular job anymore. You have to have another source of income. So I'm honored to be on your show. I love what you do, and I'm just grateful that you had me on today. So thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, guys, this has been the Empower Queen Show with your lovely host, Marsha Mayfield, guys. And please subscribe to our show because we want you to be the first to know when we release a new show, guys. Again, thank you so very much, and we will see you next time. Thanks a lot, Nabby. You take care.
Thank you.